Alex Magleby here, CEO and co-founder of the New England Free Jacks, and you're watching the Jacks Rangers Show. Huzzah, friends! Let's ride!
Huzzah, Rangers. This is Phil Harris again here at the Jacks Rangers Show. I am joined by a very special guest this time around, Tami McQueen. You guys might recognize the name or recognize the face. She was with the Free Jacks organization last year. Tami, how the heck are you?
Hi. Oh my gosh, it is so wonderful to be here, and what a pleasure. It feels like such a special episode that you welcome me to. So thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome. It's always exciting to have you back on the show here. This is your second appearance on the Jacks Rangers Show. Let's get right into it. For the Rangers out there that may have missed your previous appearance on the show, give us a rundown of your personal and rugby background, please.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm born and raised in South Africa. So you pretty much leave the hospital in a Springboks jersey.
Right.
And that qualifies you automatically to be the mega rugby fan.
Yep.
Had some incredible experiences watching rugby live in South Africa. I grew up a Sharks fan as well. As you know, Terim Tembu
Yes.
captained the Sharks for many, many years.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a great ad in 2021 that it was wonderful to see, and followed along pretty much my entire life growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And then have just been a spectator moving to the US, and have done so avidly over the past several years.
Mm-hmm.
And then I joined the Free Jacks family in 2019,
Mm-hmm.
and had the opportunity to work with staff and the coaching back office as well to bring the Free Jacks to life.
Yes, for the folks that may remember, of course, you were one of the mic people that were on the mic during the Free Jacks home games there at Fort Union Point. Yeah, obviously you worked with the Free Jacks last year. What was your impression of the first full season in New England?
Oh my gosh, you talk about grit and just putting everything to heart and to work. And
Yep.
That's what the Free Jacks did, no matter what. I think having the season cancelled 2 days before the first home match in 2020 was absolutely heartbreaking.
Yes.
The team really put their heads down and worked so hard and relentlessly to bring that incredible experience in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing to see how the fans stuck with the team,
Right.
stuck with the brand, and just became stronger fans,
Mm-hmm.
which was incredible to watch. So when everyone did come together in 2021, it was pure magic.
Yeah.
It was an electrifying magic on the field,
Mm-hmm.
which you don't often find. And it was so special to be a part of.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. It was fantastic to finally get all of us together last season and kind of build this thing up from the ground up. Obviously, on the pitch was pretty good rugby, of course. Now the team is evolving this year, but the fan base is also evolving. It's getting stronger. There's more people involved in, the outside organizations and stuff like that. The first regiment is growing. This show is growing as well. We're getting a lot more viewership and stuff like that. So it's
I
awesome.
saw that.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
hit
yeah.
a big milestone recently. Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you very much. I appreciate
That's really
that.
hard to do. So well done.
Thank you. What is your favorite memory of being a part of the Free Jacks organization overall?
Oh gosh, I have so many favorite memories, but truly the fans. And I found such a home with Boston Women's Rugby Club.
Yes.
And the women are truly have become some of my closest friends. We met at I'm trying to think, patios. We met at patios when we hosted Nate Ebner and Pat.
Yes,
when
Patrick
they
Chung.
were
Yep.
Patrick Chung, when they were joining the team, and we did a media day, and I hosted that. And after we had a couple beers, and I saw a couple women in the pub, and they had a rugby ball. And they were doing these little lineouts and just having fun with it. I was like, oh, hold on. I want to be part of this.
Right.
And they lifted me up in this lineout. I have never played rugby in my life. Just very clear. I'm a great spectator and a fantastic fan.
Right.
I'm not a rugby player.
Yeah.
And so from that moment, I think we became the strongest, closest friends. And that has been absolutely amazing. We've tailgated together. They've come down to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
I've spent many nights in their homes, had many Jello shots, and drunk many, many Baxter beers with them.
Perfect.
And it was incredible. So that has truly been a favorite memory and continues to live on. I mean, I visit with them often, will continue to this season as well. So
perfect.
That's a huge, the fans in general, just being able to hop into the stands, say hi to everyone, and the fans are just magic.
I agree 1000%. What's so great about this organization is the fan base is so strong and friendly and, you know, and accepting. It's been fantastic to be a part of this.
Yeah. And kudos to you for leading so much of it. I think you highlight everyone else, but really big shout out to you and what you're doing with Jack's Rangers and being a force and being a front runner and organizing things. It's hard to do. So we really appreciate it. I think just MLR in general appreciates the fan clubs and what you're doing. So
I appreciate that. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun at the same time. So we try to throw in the fun part, obviously. What led you up to joining up with Rugby ATL? So, I mean, obviously, for the folks that don't know, you were commuting from Atlanta to the Boston area for the games, which is awesome. But now you're with the Rugby ATL organization. Talk about that.
Yes, so I joined the Free Jacks with a dear friend of mine I've known for many, many years, Paul Hurrigan, who is on the ownership of the Free Jacks. And he's been an incredible, I think, colleague, you could say, but work acquaintance. And we've known each other for many, many years. And he reached out after the Atlanta purchase, the Atlanta sale, and, you know, had said to me, hey, what would it take to get you to Atlanta, or would you consider Atlanta being at home?
Right.
And what a terrible decision to make.
Right.
It was horrific. I think I called Paul probably 17 times is a low estimate. And Mags, I think I spoke to him on the phone at least 10 times, weighing this up, figuring out what to do. So it was really hard to leave the Free Jacks, really hard. But on the flip side, it was the easiest decision to be at home in Atlanta.
Yep.
And so it was challenging, but I know for the city and as the champion for the city, it's the right move. And, you know, for MLR, you know, rising tides lift all boats. So.
That's true. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's awesome that you're able to, you know, stay in your hometown and still be a part of the rugby organization, the professional organization in the United States. So that's very cool. One thing is that Rugby ATL has the first female president in league history. What is it like working with Amanda Windsor-White?
Amanda is a force in every possible aspect. You know, she came in just as the season was starting and, you know, took a right, you know, I'm trying to find the metaphor to really describe how she just dived straight in, acclimated very quickly with the team operations and got the boys playing. So she's a force. I have the utmost respect for her as a professional and as an individual. She knows sports incredibly well. She's worked with some of the most impressive organizations in the world as well. Coming from CocaCola, really gives a strong corporate brand background, and no other company in the world has a more recognizable brand than Coca-Cola. So really impressed there. And then, of course, her motorsports background brings the idea of a unique sport, an understanding of a sport that's not necessarily mainstream. So she's incredible. She brings a lot of empathy to the organization, hard charging, no nonsense, incredibly visionary, and has a strong vision for the organization, and excited.
That's awesome. Yeah, good for Rugby ATL. And one of those cool things about being in Atlanta, I'm sure, Coca-Cola is one of the largest corporations in the world. Obviously, as you're saying, their brand is most recognizable, and they're right there in Atlanta. So I guess there's some synergy between the club, or there could be in the future with Rugby ATL. So that's encouraging.
Coke Zero is a sponsor.
Nice. Perfect. Yeah, that's great. What is the identity of the Rugby ATL team this year? Who is this team exactly?
Yeah, it's such a great question. And they are truly a bunch of working fellas that hold each other accountable on the field, off the field, get to work every single day, and leave absolutely everything out there on the pitch when it's game day and during practice.
I know that you haven't played, but I know that you've watched a lot of rugby over the years. So I'm going to test your
lot of rugby.
Yeah. So let's talk about Atlanta as a team. What do you think they do well, and what do they need to improve to beat the Free Jacks?
I think they are a really strong team when it comes to grit. In terms of how they play, coming out strong in the first half and then being able to carry that through in the second as well. I think really getting better on the attack is something that we'll be looking forward to next week as well. They play DC tomorrow at 7:00. So it'll be interesting to see that. We've already played DC at home. We took home the win there.
Yes.
But it'll be interesting being on the road again as well, and hopefully not frigid conditions.
Right.
So yeah, I think just getting stronger on the attack as well, and then staying with the foot on the gas throughout the first and the second half.
Let's talk about, obviously you saw the Free Jacks up close and personal last year. This team has kind of evolved. They're a better team than last year overall. I'm talking about the Free Jacks, of course. What concerns you about the Free Jacks on the pitch against your Atlanta team?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few OGs still on the team, of course, that are playing really, really well. I mean, Josh Larson, Dougie Fife, Mitch Wilson's having a great season.
He sure is.
Am I missing Bodine Walker?
Oh, yeah. Don't forget about him.
Is he the man of the moment right now?
He's the best player in the league. Yeah, for sure.
And then some new fellas. Looks like you got some more South Africans and quite a new team that I'm not familiar with. But I think the defensive line is incredibly sparse, which is impressive to see. So, yeah, it's going to be exciting when they've had a thriller of a season.
Let me ask you this, because, obviously you're a part of the Atlanta organization now. You've seen them up close and personal this year so far. Who is the danger man for Atlanta? Who should the Rangers out there, the Free Jacks fans, be aware of on Atlanta's team?
Oh, gosh. I mean, we have a lot of South Africans on the team. I think there's definitely over 10 South Africans on the team. So I definitely say that. And then we have a trio of Irish lads as well.
Oh, good.
So got quite a bit there. I'm not sure if I can, let's see. I'm going to throw out a South African name, Tion Strauss Erasmus.
Okay. That's quite the name.
It's quite a name. Listen, let me just tell you, Phil, I think that they really keep me on to help the PA with the pronunciation of all the South African names. I think that's what it is.
Well, you've got that knowledge, you got that firsthand knowledge of the names down there. So for sure.
That must be it.
Yeah, that must be it. Who has the best hair on Atlanta, in your opinion?
Oh my gosh, I've got to tell you this. I had to make some notes about this, but Jason Dam and John Sullivan, I become so insecure around them. Their hair is gorgeous. I mean, it's beautiful long manes. And then Connor Cook, long hair. Like, I think we're going for the long hair instead of the mullets this season.
Okay.
And it is perfection.
What's interesting about throwing out Jason Dam's name is he and I went to rival rugby universities. So yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So he went to Clemson, which is in upstate South Carolina.
And that's where Josh was coaching.
That's right. Yes, yes. And I went to South Carolina, which is their biggest rival, biggest and hatest rival. So
Oh my gosh.
it's
So
interesting.
did you play each other? Were you?
No, I never played him. Otherwise, I'd be in 100 pieces because he would have tackled me and do oblivion. But no, we never played together. He's a bit younger than I am. So
Okay.
yeah. But we played at
Wow, that's
rival
a great
universities.
story.
How about that? Yeah.
Cool.
So let's talk about, for the final question here, what is your overall score prediction for the game, and why do you think it's going to turn out that way?
This is such a tough match for me. I'm so looking forward to it, but it's like, oh, what on earth? Obviously, Atlanta, I want them to win, but I have such a soft spot in my heart for the Free Jacks.
Right.
So it's going to be a tight one. It's going to be really close, and it's going to be really hard. So
is it going to be a tie, Tami? Is it going to? Are they going to draw?
No, I don't think it's going to be a draw. No way. You think these teams will let a draw pass them? No way.
I know that you like both, right? And you have history with both. I just figured that it would be an easy way for you to say just a tie, right?
I have a history, but I'm pulling for Atlanta for a W.
Fair enough.
I have to.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm all in.
Sure.
Oh, shoot. So here's my prediction. I'm either thinking it's going to be relatively high scoring, like 20s or so, or it's going to be like 8-7.
Oh.
I'm thinking 21-17 or like 8-7.
Okay, fair enough. I will tell my score prediction in a later segment here, so I'm not going to share mine. But of course, I believe the Free Jacks will win. That's my. You
point have to.
Yes,
that is your job, as you are carrying the light of the fans.
Exactly. So I would never pick against my Free Jacks. So that'll be the non-spoiler right there. I will never. I know. Exactly. So let's talk about a one-word association here. This is the last thing that we do
my
on
gosh.
the show. And if you recall, you did this last
time. Don't I?
So we've got a couple of words here for you. Some of them are 2 words, but the first thing that pops in your mind, 1 word, I want you to throw it back at me, okay?
Okay, I'm going to be ready.
All right. South Africa.
Springboks.
Ollie Engelhart, your buddy from the New England organization.
Champion.
I agree. New England.
Free Jacks.
Rattlers.
ATL.
Woodgie, your old pal.
Oh, Woodgie mascot.
Yes. And finally, Atlanta.
Home.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, that'll about do it, Tami. I appreciate your time very much. Thank you for coming on here. We say 1 word, and since you were part of the Free Jacks organization last year, I know you know what it is, and you can say it too in 3, 2, 1. Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Woo!